This is a short video to introduce operators to the KCS third sub. Most jobs will use a CVP EasyDCC throttle like the one shown here. First, press the power button to turn on the throttle. The little light will flash 3 times. Then press pound the locomotive or consist number you want, and then pound again to select the locomotive. 0 turns on the headlights, 2 blows the horn, and 1 rings the bell. To change direction, push the yellow DIR button and you'll see that the R light is lit, meaning you're moving in the reverse direction. At the beginning of the operating session, you get a job card that pretty much tells you what you're going to be doing throughout the session. It tells you things like the name of your job, what train you're going to pick up first, where you're going to go to pick it up, and whether a radio or a throttle are needed, or if there's one already provided for you. Based on the instructions on your card, head down the hallway to your right to pick up a throttle and a radio as needed. You'll first pass the restroom on your right and then the dispatcher's office before you come to the center where all the radios and throttles can be found. Check your card to find out where to go find your train. The train card gives you your train number, lead locomotive number, the consist address to dial up on your throttle, and a basic overview of your run. First, contact the dispatcher on the radio, provide your train number and location, and request permission to depart.
Dispatcher answering 92, over.
Okay, we're ready. You might even play the signal.
All right, pulling down the signal and we'll proceed on indication, over.
Roger, considering the signal.
We catch up with number 92 as it nears the end of its run in Watts, Oklahoma. Third sub rules require all northbound trains to pull completely past the switch and signals at Watts and then stop to change crews. Next, contact the dispatcher to let him know that the train has been released.
Train 92 to dispatch.
92, go ahead.
Yeah, we tied up at White. Crew has changed and we are departing now for Belleville by truck.
All right, dispatcher out.
Hang your last train card on the hook under completed and pull the next card under southbound trains to be run. Notice your train is now continuing on its trip north. This is the second sub crew, actually the computer, taking over the run. It will park in the staging yard. Contact the dispatcher, then watch for your signal to clear. There's a sign at every town letting you know where you are, which way is north, and which way is south. The KCS is a north-south railroad. When you're looking at the tracks, you're looking east, so north is always to your left and south is to your right. Except on branch lines, the KCS is a CTC, signaled railroad. We felt accurately modeling the signaling system was an important part of capturing the feel of the railroad. However, if signaling isn't your thing, you can get by using this simple rule. If it's not all red, it's not red at all. In other words, if any of the signal heads are a color other than solid red, you may proceed. Even a flashing red doesn't mean stop. It means proceed at restricted speed. This, however, does mean stop. Both signal heads red, or the only signal head solid red, means an absolute stop. Some of the signals are nearly impossible to see though. Just use the repeater signals mounted on the fascia, as in this example, at North Marble City. There are repeater signals on the fascia at both ends of Marble City and at the mop interlocking on the north end of Sallisaw. Before you can operate any switches out on the main line, you need to obtain dispatcher authority. The red locked button means you can't operate the switch. You're going to need to contact the dispatcher and ask for track and time authority and load of switches in order to get control.
Go ahead, over.
Westfield Dodger requesting track and time on the south end of Mobile City.
Do you need out in the main or just the siding there, Westville?
Just the siding, sir.
Alright, tracking time Brad, Marble City for Westville Dodger.
Westville Dodger, tracking time, copy.
Now you see the green unlocked light is lit, indicating you have full control of the dual control switches as seen here. If your job card says you need a radio, here's how to get one and use it. Grab a radio. Earpiece can go in either ear because this piece swivels. Put it in and you're ready to go. The cool part is you don't need to touch the radio. Just grab this little mic. It's got a push to talk button. Check 1 2. Train 71 calling dispatch, over. You can take the headphone out if you don't like to use it. If you have the headset off, this button is the push to talk. Test 1 2. If you do decide to take the headset off, we'd appreciate it if you hang the headset up on one of the pegs. Or if you don't think you're getting through, turn this knob right near the antenna and you'll hear the different channel numbers as you tune through them.
5, 6.
We usually use channel 4 at the KCS, so make sure you turn it until you hear 4.
5, 4.
The right hand knob is the volume. Turn it up clockwise or down counterclockwise. When you first grab your radio, you may need to turn the radio on. The radio will be off when you get it. Turn this knob clockwise to turn it on and crank up the volume to a comfortable level. Test 1 2 3. That's about it on the radios. When you're through with the radio, please put it back. And no need to try and charge it or do anything fancy. All switch jobs, including the 2 SuperDogs, use printed switch lists, which you'll find hanging on small clipboards where the jobs originate. The first page shows the initial consist or makeup of your train and how it is supposed to be blocked. Please note that these print on both sides of the page, and so you may need to flip the switch list over and over again to see all of the pickups and setouts which your job is expected to do. It's okay to have drinks out on the layout, but please use the cup holders to set your drinks and don't set them on the scenery. At the end of the session, please return your throttle back to the center area and also hang up your job card and return any radio. That'll help us get ready for the next session. Take a look at the crew card you received at the start of the session, grab a radio if needed, and head to your starting point to grab your train card, and if needed, a switch list. Most of all, have fun!